Okay, so we're gonna demonstrate how to prepare this Providence Farm Mother's Day lunch kit. We're gonna start out, we've got a pan that's heating up on sort of medium-high heat. And to that we're gonna add a good glug of olive oil. This pasta is not gonna have what you would think of as a sauce normally, so this olive oil is gonna be really important to imparting the flavors. And we've got, we're serving 2 people, so we're going to take half of that Italian sausage that comes with the kit, and we're going to start browning that. Now, we want this to be sort of in little bite-sized chunks, so that it serves well with the pasta. So we'll start out there. And then once it browns a little bit, we'll break it up a little bit more. Okay. Well, while that's browning, we're going to let's go ahead and prep our onions and our garlic. If you have other vegetables, feel free to add them. But what you need to provide is like a small, medium onion. And since we're doing just 2 people, I'm trimming off the top and just a little bit of the bottom. Since we're just serving 2 people, I think we're just going to use half of this. Okay. Now that we've got it cut in half, I'm going to just peel away that outer layer. Okay. Now, if we wanted the onion to sort of keep its shape. Let me mess with this for a second before I continue that thought. Flip that over. If we wanted to keep its shape, we would cut it in this direction. So, vertically. We're going to turn it so that we're cutting along the pole. And we want to cut this pretty thin. We want it to kind of melt into the pasta. Once you get to that little end part there, instead of trying to continue to slice, just go ahead and slice that up along the flat side. Okay? Alright. Sausage is getting there. Once it heats up a little bit, you'll be able to break it up a little easier. Give that another minute. Now, the other pot that we've got going on the stove right now is our pasta pot. We're only cooking pasta for 2 people, so that'd be 1 pack of the 7-ounce Carbosaurus Rex fettuccine. But you still want quite a bit of water. And then the thing that throws people sometimes is we're actually going to add what seems like an awful lot of salt to this. I'm going to put 3 really generous pinches in. Now, that seems like an outrageous amount of salt. But the situation is that it's kind of a law of diminishing returns thing. You're only going to eat about 4% of that is going to land in the pasta, and the rest is just going to stay in the water. And that's going to season the pasta nicely. Okay. So we're getting there. We've still got a little pink, but we'll get some nice smaller little bite-sized pieces. looking pretty good. I think at this point, let's go ahead and drop our pasta into the pot. So this is your 7 ounces of fettuccine. Okay. This stuff is really, really fragile, so handle it carefully if you want to have a nice long strand of fettuccine. I'm going to drop that in the water. And right at the get-go, I want to give that a good stir, and that's going to help keep the strands separated. Okay. Now once that gets back to a boil, we're going to set a timer for 8 minutes. Okay? So we're going to wait until it comes back to a boil. Okay. Sausage is looking nice and brown. So we're just going to move this to a clean bowl while we're cooking our onions and our garlic. Okay? It's okay if there's some of that in there. That's going to be fine. It's actually adds some nice flavor. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil. Okay. Let's go ahead and add our sliced onions. And I mean, it's up to you, but I wouldn't really brown these. I just want to sort of melt them a little bit. Okay. And to this, we're going to add just a little pinch of salt. Okay. Now our pasta water has come back to the boil, and so we're going to go ahead and turn our timer on, and let's set for 8 minutes. And we'll check it after 8 minutes. Okay, so let's do our garlic. It's up to you how much to use, or you could use none at all. I'm going to cut up just a little bit off the end there, and then we're going to take the flat of the knife, just give it a little tap. Okay. And then that's going to loosen up that outer peel. We don't want to push too hard because we kind of want it to hold on to this nice shape. If we really smashed it, lose that shape. I'm going to go ahead and use 2. I'm going to cut off just a little tiny bit there. Flat of the knife, a little tap. Maybe a little more of a tap than that. Okay, I'm just going to cut this in like, sort of like we did the onions. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Once our onions get softened up a little bit, we can go ahead and put our garlic in. We're going to add just a little bit more oil here. You know, how long to cook the garlic is sort of up to you. I like to do it just till it softens up just a little bit, and then it becomes really garlic smelling. good. I'm just going to add our sausage back. And at this point, you can either turn it completely off or turn it down to a super low flame, like that, while we wait for our pasta to cook. So why don't we let's take a little break. We've got 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on the timer. We probably could have started the pasta sooner than we did. So why don't we just take a little break? So we've got about 25 seconds left on the timer. I'm going to turn this back up to like a medium-low kind of heat. Really get this sausage, onion, and garlic mixture warmed up a little bit. We've got about 15 seconds left. Let's go ahead and pull a piece out. There's all kinds of ideas about how to tell if pasta is done. Throwing it against the cabinet is what I grew up learning, believing. I'm afraid that's all nonsense, folks. Really, the only way to do it is to take out a piece, which will be hot, and try it. 8 minutes was fine. So, we're going to take...
Give yourself a little room here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to move this over a little bit. Now, another important thing that we want to do here is we're going to want to hold on to that pasta water, because that's going to actually be like a sauce for this pasta. Okay, I'm going to drain it out. Okay. We do not want to rinse it off in the sink. It's another sort of strange American idea about cooking pasta. Okay. We got it in the pan. Got it on that medium-low heat. We're just going to give it a little toss. Now, here's the most important thing that we're going to do for adding flavor for the pasta. We're going to use some Parmigiano Reggiano. Notice that this is a piece of cheese. This is not something that comes out of a shaker or something with a green top. Okay. You really need to. It's for mom, you know. Get the real stuff. You would be amazed at places that you can find Parmigiano Reggiano. Sometimes you've got to search a little bit. You might have to ask somebody. But almost every grocery store in America has it somewhere. And all things that are marked as Parmigiano Reggiano are good cheeses, because it's one of those Appalachian things. They have standards for manufacturing it, so that if it has that demarcation, then you can count on it being pretty decent cheese. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to give this another little toss. If it's feeling a little bit thick, this is where you want to take a little bit of your nice starchy pasta water and just loosen it up a little bit. Okay. I think we're going to go in with a finer grater and get a little more Parmigiano on there. Take out a little piece again and give that a taste. good. So, just gonna grab a pasta ball. I'm gonna pull some more of this sausage out from the side. If you have some parsley, that might be a nice addition, but we're just going to finish this up with a little bit of black pepper. And there you go. Happy Mother's Day from Providence Farm.